Hi there. Am I allowed to film and drive at the same time? Is YouTube going to freak out or anything? I'm driving because Jiffy is either tired or angry or both. He needs a break. Well-deserved break. I'm moving. I can't move the camera around right now to show you the stuff in the back. But we've been staying at Shuangjiang for the last 2+ weeks. I think we ended the last episode on a cliffhanger, if I remember correctly. We were debating between the hot spring in Arhai and the bizarre but cool tea farm in Yunxian. I may have said Fengqing, but it's actually Yunxian. Well, starting with the latter, he wanted 30 years rent up front. The price was great, but he wanted 30 years up front because he's in some major debt. So that just didn't bode well for us. And we don't have any way to pay 30 years rent up front, even if it's a great deal. With Aryan, there's been a lot of drama. Hanson went up there to finalize and sign a contract. We already had a verbal agreement. But then the landlady wanted more than twice what we agreed on verbally. More than 2 times. So, is there somebody following me? No, there's not. So, we backed out of that, but now we're back in touch with them. It sounds like, the family was just trying to get enough money out of the deal to buy a house in their county seat. That's what I call a Xiancheng, like the urban center of a county. Which typically, has a few high-rise apartment buildings and a collection, a group, and some neighborhoods of buildings with businesses and restaurants and things. It's like a small city or a town. But there's no way we can pay them enough that they're going to be able to buy a house. I mean, they may have, other savings. But then they asked, could we live in the barndominium? Same price, but we live in the barndominium. Initially, I didn't love that idea, but I'm willing to consider it. I actually think it's an interesting model to possibly even use in the future to not chase the residents out of their land, to cooperate with them in making a business, and living with them, and possibly even working with them. However, I'm at the end of my rope as well, and this is what I've wanted since Hanson arrived in May. Was just a temporary base that we rent for 6 months or a year, and we found one in Linsong, which I think is great. Hanson likes it, and we're scheduled to sign the contract today. And so we may still consider this place in Aryan. I'm open to it. Linsong, if you take the train, the fast train from Linsong to Dali, I think the fastest one is like an hour and a half. It's quick. And then from the Dali train station to Aryan, it's about another hour. So in my mind, I'd be perfectly happy living in Aryan while we're renovating, and did I say that right? I'd be perfectly happy living in Linsong if we went ahead with a property in Aryan and needed to renovate it, because that would take some months. And if we don't go ahead with the property in Aryan, it's an ideal place to live. It's less than 2 hours from here, and keep in mind 40 minutes of that is just the drive up the mountain. That's where I am right now, and I love it here. It's so beautiful. I love my walks in the morning and in the evening. So wonderful. But it's just difficult to work. I'm living in the upstairs, and the tea, it's like where you dry the tea. It's literally like living in an oven on a sunny day like this. And I enjoy going to the gym 3 or 4 days a week, and so that's an hour and 20 minutes, close to an hour and a half, round trip to the gym, which is longer than my workout. So just like trying to get stuff done, it's hard. It's great because it's free. I learned so much about tea while I'm here. One of the neighbors, you met him last time, he's doing a TikTok, a Chinese TikTok. In China we call it Douyin. And he's doing some, the initial tea processing all in the wild. Like he made he cut down some bamboo from here and made a bamboo like structure and a bamboo mat, which is really cool. And I want to know how to do that. And to lay the leaves down to dry, and then in the earth he made a hole where he can start a fire, and then he has a big iron wok, where he does the shaching. I I don't know how to say that in panning. You know, I don't know how to say it in English really. So very cool. And it was just cool to be around the tea for a while, to see it growing. Anyhow, that's the update, and I hope probably our next video I'll be showing you our temporary base if the contract gets signed today. And of course we were planning on another contract being signed and that didn't work out, so I'm holding that gently, but I'm enthusiastic because I've got all my stuff with me. All right. Here's our potential place. It's got a nice courtyard. I guess this was a dog cage or chicken cage, which is a little sad. This is the kitchen and dining area. It's nice and big, really. A little dirty. Oh, this is the Chu Fong. Chu Fong kitchen. I guess that's a little shed for storing stuff. This is the front door. It's a little inconvenient. Even for a scooter, you got to go up those steps. I think I could handle it on a scooter. I mean, pushing it. This is a nice big room. There's some water damage over there. Oh. This is the cutting or living room. It's got lights that work. This is the one restroom in the whole place. It's a little bit scary. Frank Hansen's testing out the hot water. So far so good. I'm very happy with this. 2 big rooms downstairs. There's Gaishio. This is another huge room. Look at that octagonal window. It smells a little, I don't know, musty. Just needs to be cleaned up. It's a nice little Yangtai. It's kind of gross with the waterproofing. Here's a is that a tiny room? There's a huge spider web, yeah. It's just a little tiny room. This one's closed. It's another tiny room. So that's one big room upstairs and two tiny rooms. Two big rooms downstairs. It's not bad. It's 1,800 RMB a month. 6-month contract. I think it'll be nice once we clean it up. Comes with this printer and desk, which is perfect. Check that out. Hi there. So I'm on my evening walk now. We signed the contract. So we have, I'm calling it a temporary base. My walk here is not nearly as serene as it is on the mountainside. Quite a bit of traffic. I'm on a 2-lane highway, staying at a hotel. It's just a few minutes away from the place we rented. Hanson was very excited, and I'm happy about that. I think he really likes the place. He was talking about long-term rental. I do think it gives us a great foothold in the area. He was talking about tea and pig farming, not here, but at Gaishio's place on the mountain. So maybe this is our base for living, but we continue just to stay involved around Gaishio's place. So yeah, that's success. There's some movement there. I'm gonna keep walking here. Hi, it's the next day. We're just cleaning up here today. This is going to be my room with the octagonal window. Hanson's going to buy beds. We're not sure. Oh, you can't even really see anything here. This is one of the tiny rooms. Cleaned this cobwebs out here. This is another one of the tiny rooms. Maybe Jiffy will be in one of these if he decides to return. There's our view. It's a nice view out this way. Kitchen's cleaning up nicely. This is going to be Hanson and Gaishio's room. I am about to sweep this little room here, which I think is our dining room. I love that feature. We'll be having tea there in no time. I noticed there's a little building behind this door. Creepy. I'm gonna sweep this out.